Mr. Miller House. Welcome to hist. My name is Adela Bustos and I'll be in 5th grade. As our new superintendent, we want to get to know you. So I have some few questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready, absolutely.
What made you come to hist?
You know, there's so many reasons why I wanted to be in hist, but when I think about the opportunities that are here in our school system, one of the opportunities is COVID. You know, COVID has brought on a lot of debilitating issues for our community, but I truly believe that we can come out of this a stronger school district, a school district that is continuing to serve students like you and others in an extremely. I also think about, you know, the wonderful different types of opportunities for students, from magnets to different type of interest schools. I think about the opportunities that you might want to think about once you go to middle school and high school. That brings me great hope, and I think about my own children and understanding exactly where they want to go and what kind of opportunities can come about for them as well. So opportunity after opportunity after opportunity really makes me optimistic and understand exactly where we're going.
What is your favorite subject?
You know, as a student growing up, I loved science, and I still love science. I was actually I majored in science once I went to college. Outside of science, I do love math. I was one of those students, though, that I could get the answer, but I didn't like working it out. But I learned later that it was important to go through the process and work it out. My son actually goes through some of the same thing today, where he can get the answer, but I have to tell him, buddy, you've got to, you know, work it out, show your work to ensure that you're doing it with the process in mind.
That's really awesome. What do you enjoy most about doing your job?
You know, it's the idea of being able to change the trajectory or support the trajectory of every child that we touch. We're talking about over 200,000 students in the Houston Independent School District, and this is the opportunity of a lifetime to ensure that each of you are college and career ready. That excites me every day, and I'm looking forward to making a difference and ensuring that more and more students get the opportunity to go to college or get the opportunity to be prepared for a career beyond.
Wow. I'm a soccer player and I play defense, and I heard that you like sports. What lesson did you learn from playing sports?
And not only did I actually went to college on a full basketball scholarship, but the first sport that I played that was the foundation of me learning everything was soccer. I loved soccer. I loved offense and defense on soccer, but what it taught me was a level of discipline. It also taught me a level of teamwork. And those are two important skills once you graduate from high school and go into the workforce. I have to work every day on how I treat people, how I work with people, and what it is to work together towards a common goal. So all of those things were a part of what I learned in sports, and I actually I don't get a chance to watch as many sports activities as I would like to, but I take a lot of those principles on a daily basis to ensure that I'm working towards the goals of our school system.
Perfect. Now to the hard questions.
Okay.
Because of COVID, it has been really difficult to family and friends. How are you going to help us?
You know, the most important thing about where we are with COVID is understanding what's safe. So we're going to make sure to work with our community and making sure that we have the best data possible to ensure that they understand that it's safe to be back in our buildings, that it's not only academically, but from a health and safety standpoint, that it's the best place to be back in our buildings. What I do know and understand is from my previous school system, we learned that it was safer to be in our buildings than it was in the community at the height of COVID. So we're in a much better place as we look at the community spread data. So we want our children back in our school systems. We want our children back in our buildings because they're learning Their future is extremely important, and as long as the health and safety data tells us that that is what's important and that is what we're seeing, then we want to bring everybody back in and get back to the normalcy of running our school system.
That sounds like a really safe plan. What challenges did you face in school, and do you have a message for us?
I did. As a child, I actually faced quite a few challenges. I was a child that was diagnosed with some learning challenges early on, but I was very fortunate. My mom was a first grade teacher for 16 years, and then spent another 14 years as a elementary counselor and high school counselor. But she was able to recognize early that my challenges were just that. But it was one of the reasons why I actually ended up in education, because she wrapped around the kind of support for me and having a speech impediment and having, a diagnosed learning disability that allowed for me to continue to work extremely hard and be successful. I wouldn't be here today without incredible teachers, without incredible principals, without the people that wrap their arms around me in order to give me the confidence to be successful. So my message is, with the right kind of support, regardless of the circumstances, every child can be successful. Every student has the opportunity to reach their dream of being college and career ready in our school system.
Wow. Do you have any questions for me?
I do. What do you enjoy the most, is my first question, about being in school on a daily basis?
Well, it's very educational and very fun, but the most importantly is when I get to work with my friends, because that could really help me with some difficult things. Like with math, I struggle with math.
Okay.
But when I was working with one of my friends, she really helped me, and now I'm really proud of her and myself for learning difficult things that I couldn't do, but now I can.
Well, you know what? I'm proud of you, and I want you to continue working. You have a bright future ahead of you, and I'm so excited to be able to serve as your superintendent and the many other students in HISD. Continue working hard.
Thank you. Well, good luck doing your job. Welcome, bienvenidos to HISD.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it.
Thank you.